Hey, lighten up, jerk!
Andy, why don't you hit us off?
All right. Okay. Since I mean, I didn't prepare like these guys. I'm just like completely shooting from the hip.
I love that.
But now that it's just our own personal tastes, and it's not necessarily overall. This is in no particular order. I'm gonna start it off with something a little bit more recent, and I'm gonna say Captain America: Civil War. I love that movie. It harkens back to like those old like 70 like spy mysteries, and great action sequences, car chases.
You're talking about Civil War or
No.
Winter Soldier?
Winter Soldier.
Okay, yeah, you said Civil War. That's why I just wanted. Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad. But
Captain America, Winter Soldier. The second one.
The second one, yes.
The second Captain America film. Okay,
it's
great.
It hits like the fight scene alone the initial fight scene between Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Oh my God, it's so great. I love the choreography.
Uh-huh.
It's very satisfying. There's that one part where basically Captain America does a flying knee into the chest of the Winter Soldier, and it's like just boom. It's so satisfying.
It's a good film.
Yeah, and just in terms of like the story, also it's a great one. It's like something's amiss, and Captain America has to like figure things out, and he's not necessarily being Captain America. He's just kind of like he's Steve Rogers, and he's like trying to figure things out.
Just to kind of comment a little bit on yours, like the reason I like that film a lot is because you start to see where Captain America it's not just the rah America, follow orders. Like he starts to question himself in that film and question the who's behind the orders in that, and
also his purpose.
Exactly, and
he's an absolute character in a not non-absolute world,
and that's what makes the film so good.
Yeah,
I have to agree with it. Good choice.
Yes.
All right.
Indeed. Second one. Again, no particular order. I'm gonna say Dumb and Dumber.
Okay.
That's
Dumb and
funny.
Dumber.
That's Sarah's favorite movie.
Yeah.
she thinks it's the greatest movie ever made.
I mean,
it's a good movie. Though.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie. I mean,
Fairley Brothers.
I think that was like at the top of their game.
Except they directed Green Book, right?
They did.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah,
and which almost won the Best Picture. Did it?
I think it did.
Picture?
It was close. I don't know if it did. Oh wait, did it?
I think it did.
It got Best Picture. Right?
Yeah, it got Best Picture over another one, some other movie.
Yeah, over Bohemian Rhapsody.
You're right.
Over I don't know what
Black Panther was another one.
Black Panther.
There was another movie people were more looking forward to.
They thought it was going to win. What was it? I don't really pay attention to Oscars.
Some lesbian dance theory movie that that nobody watched.
Yeah,
but yeah, Green Book.
They directed Green Book.
They did Green Book. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So there.
And for you fans out there that watch Nocturnal Transmissions, we just did a review on that. So why don't you go check that out?
Green Book?
No.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, I just think it was the perfect comedy. Great use of like physical comedy and also like subversion of expectations.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think it hit like all like the good comedy.
And acting.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's a chance,
yeah, right?
That defines.
Yeah, that defines the human male.
Yeah.
When it comes to women, it's like any small sliver of chance. It's like that's like 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's great because you see like the dejection on Jim Carrey's face, and then he brightens up. It's like, so you're saying there's a chance? It's great.
So
I love that scene.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, I'm sorry because I didn't think this out. This is like me coming in off the dome right now.
No, I think that's great. Yeah.
What else? Probably I'm trying to hit like different genres. Oh, Reservoir Dogs.
Oh,
I love Reservoir Dogs.
Why do you like Reservoir Dogs, Andy?
Because I think, one, it's like it's you might say that it's what is it? Quentin Tarantino like kind of perfecting himself. Like he's kind of playing with the ideas that he's gonna then take into like subsequent movies like just right after that Pulp Fiction, like you can see like elements from that.
Sure.
But I think it's just great. I think the dialogue was really great. I love like the kind of like building like the humanness of the characters into the dialogue was great. Like just like the diner scene where Mr. Pink talks about, oh, I don't give tip.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those like you kind of don't think about it, but it's like, wow, that's really like it grounds these people, ground these characters in like reality. Like that could be a conversation that anyone in the country could have with like their friends.
Absolutely. I think that's his best film, but that's
Have you guys done an Tarantino?
We have not yet.
We haven't yet.
That might be something we might do.
Yeah, that might be. Yeah, that
so
must be on
down
the queue.
to do Tarantino.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
All right. Well, I had to do that.
but
that's
again,
a great choice.
Yeah.
Sorry. Quick side note. We are doing in I think June. We're doing a ode to 1939. So we're watching all the best films from 1939.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What?
We did that last year,
an
right?
example?
No, we have not done that yet.
Oh.
What movie?
We did watch a film from 1939 that was one of the films that was up for Best Picture, but there was so many films that changed film in 1939.
Oh, really?
And there was like I think about like 9 or 10 films that were up for Best Picture.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
So that's why we're doing it. So
Okay.
it's like most notably Wizard of Oz. You had
Was that 1939?
1939.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Is that old?
Yeah.
Jesus.
That was before
And,
U.S. involvement in World War II.
Yeah, and I figured
yeah.
because it's this is the 80th anniversary of that.
And it's the only
Oh my
reference
God, it is. Huh?
Captain America got.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Oh wow.
So we might have to include you on that.
Hey, I'm down.
All right.
Awesome.
Anytime.
Yeah.
I'll be here.
All right.
So Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs. Yes.
Reservoir
Yeah.
Dogs.
Yes. I feel like we can do a whole podcast about
about
that.
that too. It's so good.
Yeah.
Just like the layers of it and how like who was Harvey Keitel's character?
He's Mr. White.
Mr. White. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like his. It was really like almost like a father-son story.
Yeah.
Between him and
he's so conflicted.
between
Mr. Orange.
Mr. Orange.
Yeah.
It's a really good story.
And the betrayal.
Yeah, and you're like when Mr. Orange reveals like it was me. It's like just like that completely destroyed him.
Harvey Keitel is such a good crier. He cries a lot. He's such a good crier. And like Tarantino kind of creates his universe, which is kind of cool, especially early on. There's a lot of theories like Vic Vega, who is he? Mr. Black? No. Michael Madsen's character.
Right.
Who is he? Mr. Yellow. No? God, I'm just making up colors now.
Yeah. I know there was white, brown, orange, pink, of course.
Who was Michael Madsen?
Oh, it's been so long since I've seen Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, it's been
about 10 years.
But anyway, he was supposed to be. He's Vincent Vega's brother.
Oh,
right.
Mm.
A lot of people say, and he was in jail. Vincent Vega, was he in jail too in Pulp Fiction? He did serve time, right? And he came out.
I think that's the case, but I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah. That's for another episode.
Yeah, for another episode.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
That's for the Tarantino month for Nocturnal Transmissions that all three of us will be doing.
Oh my
so
gosh, I can't wait. That's so fun. So that's number 3?
Yeah, that was number 3. Number 4. Oh, here's a out of left field kind of war movie. I'm gonna say U-571.
I know the movie, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah, it's a story about this American subcrew who has to go and intercept a crippled U-boat, and it's basically a race because the U-boat, it was reported sunk, but the intelligence that was gathered, they said like, oh, like they're sending out like repair ships. So why would they be doing that if this ship didn't go down? And so this American submarine crew is tasked to go and pose as the German subcrew and get the Enigma device. For those of you that unaware, that's the device that the Germans used.
I'm one of those that are unaware. I don't know what you're talking about.
The Enigma device was a coding machine used by the Germans during World War II that encoded all of their messages.
Oh.
Yeah, and like one of the things that led to the Allied victory was their getting their hands on this thing. The Enigma coding machine and decoding, being able to decode all of the ciphers.
Cool.
And so they were able to get there in time, but then the actual Germans came and torpedoed the American ship, and the Americans had to go on this crippled U-boat and kind of survive. And it's a really interesting story because actually Matthew McConaughey is on, and Harvey Keitel.
They're in that?
Yeah, they're both in this movie.
How? I've never heard of this movie.
Really? Okay. Well,
I'll be honest. I haven't seen U571 either, so I might have to check this out.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
It's a really interesting story because it's also about.
So is it like a docudrama?
No. It's kind of based in some historical events, but mostly fiction.
It's a historical fiction.
It's historical fiction.
Okay.
Right, and because
which I love.
Matthew McConaughey plays the kind of XO for the subcrew, and he actually put in for a command of his own, but was turned down because his captain, told him like, oh, he's not ready yet.
Oh.
And so he kind of has like, but then he finds out about this, and so they have to go and do this mission, and like the worry is that he won't be able to perform because he has these kind of like begrudging feelings against his captain, but also there's this really great scene where he comes in and gives the captain like some reports, and then the captain kind of explains himself, say, oh, you're a good submariner. He's like, but you're not ready to be captain yet, or he asks him. It's like, oh, it's like, you're doing a good job with the men, and Matthew McConaughey's character is like, yes, sir, I'd die for any one of them. It's like, well, like, okay, it's like, yeah, I know you would, but who would you send to die for you? And then he couldn't answer. And it's like, oh, see, that hesitation, that's why you're not ready for a command. And so during like this whole thing where they're trying to evade the Germans, he kind of grows into being a leader.
Oh.
And so I like that. I like the movie because it's about like this character's like personal growth and like his eventual like understanding. Because like even there's like a moment where like the crew almost mutiny because they're surfaced and they're trying to pass off as Germans, and like this German plane is like flying above them, and then it looks like this one German plane is about to come and like strafe them, and then one of the crew is like, come on, get on that gun, shoot him down, and then like even though Matthew McConaughey, he's an officer, and he's telling them, stand down. And so there was like the hesitation, like the crewman, he was about to fire, but luckily it was just, kind of Germans, brothers in arms, just like razzing him and just did a flyby.
Does it take place on a submarine?
Yeah, it takes place on
the whole movie.
The whole movie.
Oh. How does that compare to like Hunt for Red October or Crimson Tide?
I think the stakes are a little bit more immediate. So it's like kind of like, how people are, there's that line in what is it, Pearl Harbor, where the Joint Chiefs comes with an idea, and it's like, oh, this is actually not my idea, it's his idea. It's like, who are you? It's like, Commander Walker, he's a submariner. It's like, oh, I like sub commanders, they don't have time for bullshit. Which is true,
That's very true.
Yeah, very true. You have to make decisions, right?
Yeah.
Fuck subs, by the way. I was in the Navy, and I would never. I would never go. They tried to get me on to go on a sub, and fuck subs. Like those guys are wild, man. I'll have to say, like I couldn't do it.
How long do they go under for?
They're 6 months.
6 months?
6 months at a time.
You might not see light of day for 6 months.
That takes a different kind of person to be able to do that.
That's I couldn't do it.
Oh yeah, people. I don't like being on a plane for more than 6 hours.
Right. Yeah, but that movie's like all about like kind of growth and
Okay.
yeah, because even like Harvey Keitel, because he's like a senior kind of enlisted man, and and he kind of has to play second,
When did this come out?
Late 90s.
Really?
Yeah. But I like it.
I missed that one.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those good kind of movies for like personal development and growth. It's like you have to understand like leadership isn't about everyone liking you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes leadership means like you have to put people in harm's way.
Yeah. Makes sense.
That sounds like now I'm gonna have to watch this film.
Me too.
Yeah.
I love it.
I know. I was thinking, should I do Saving Private Ryan? Because I really love that movie.
Oh, it's so good.
So good. So good.
I've seen it probably about like 24 times.
Yeah. But I think but I really enjoy U571. Every time like I do catch it like on TV, I will watch it. I will find myself watching it.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's all what I was kind of hoping for. Is like you guys will come up with like completely different like top 5 lists. Right. It's like stuff that I haven't seen. So I'm very happy that like a new movie's on there. So like gotta watch it.
Yep.
All right, and then so the last one. I hit pretty much all the main genres.
Is there anything from like what we have reviewed? Do you think that like is on that list? Is there anything like new to your list? Do you think that has been added over the past like year or two that we've been doing movie reviews?
Yeah. Okay, then I'm gonna say Casablanca.
Oh, that's gonna be on.
We're gonna have some overlap.
Yeah. No, it's a really. I mean, this is, I never until we actually sat down and had to like watch it to review it. Like I don't think I've actually ever seen it straight through. I like may have seen like bits and parts, or like I flipped into the channel and AMC was playing it, and I was watching it for like a little bit, and then I got bored or whatever.
Yeah.
But actually, like watching it straight through, I was like, this is a really good movie. Like legitimately, no kind of like pretentiousness. Just like it's a really good movie.
I haven't watched it in so long. I gotta watch it again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.